Have you ever wondered what makes us tick? Are people born good, or are we naturally selfish? This is one of the oldest questions in human history, a debate that has puzzled philosophers, scientists, and probably even you at some point. One minute you see a stranger helping another push their stalled car, and the next you hear a story of unimaginable cruelty. It's confusing, right? We see generosity and selfishness, kindness and cruelty, all existing side by side, sometimes even within the same person. This complexity is what makes human nature so fascinating. For centuries, thinkers like Thomas Hobbes believed life without strict rules would be a chaotic war of all against all, arguing our core nature is selfish. On the other side, Jean-Jacques Rousseau argued that we are born as noble savages, inherently good and compassionate, only to be corrupted by society. So, who's right? Or is the truth somewhere in between? Let's dive deep and explore the evidence to see if we can find some answers. Let's start with the selfish gene idea. From an evolutionary perspective, survival of the fittest sounds pretty cutthroat. It's easy to think that our primary drive is to look out for number one, to compete for resources, and ensure our own genes are passed on. And you can see this everywhere. People jostle for positions, chase promotions, and sometimes make decisions that benefit themselves at the expense of others. We're wired to detect threats and protect ourselves. This is our survival instinct at its most basic level. Think about it. When you feel scared or threatened, your first impulse is self-preservation, not necessarily thinking about the well-being of the person next to you. This is the Hobbesian view in action, that without laws and social structures to keep us in check, our selfish impulses would run wild. And there's some truth to it. History is filled with examples of power struggles, wars, and conflicts that seem to confirm this darker view of our nature. But hold on, that's only half the story. If we were purely selfish, how do you explain acts of incredible altruism? Why would a soldier jump on a grenade to save their comrades? Why do people donate kidneys to complete strangers? Evolution has an answer for this too. It's not just about individual survival. It's about the survival of the group. Early humans who cooperated, who shared food, and who protected each other from predators had a much better chance of survival than those who went it alone. This created a powerful evolutionary pressure for pro-social behaviors like empathy, fairness, and cooperation. Our brains are literally wired for connection. When we see someone else in pain, the same parts of our brain that process our own pain light up. This is the foundation of empathy. It's what allows us to feel what others feel and motivates us to help. So, our good side isn't just some fluffy, idealistic notion. It's a hardwired survival strategy that has helped our species thrive for millennia. Let's look at some cool science. Researchers have done countless studies with babies and toddlers, little humans who haven't had much time to be corrupted by society yet. And what they've found is pretty amazing. In one famous experiment at Yale, infants as young as 3 months old were shown a puppet show. One character was trying to climb a hill, another puppet helped it up, and a third puppet pushed it down. Afterwards, when given a choice between the helper and the hinderer puppets, an overwhelming majority of the babies chose the helper. This suggests we have an innate preference for kindness and prosocial behavior right from the very beginning. It's not something we have to be taught from scratch. We seem to come into the world with a built-in moral compass, a predisposition to favor good over bad. This is a huge point for Team Rousseau. It implies that our natural state is one of cooperation and goodness, and that negative behaviors are learned or developed in response to our environment. So if we're born with this inclination for good, where does all the bad stuff come from? This is where our environment and experiences play a massive role. Think of our nature not as a fixed blueprint, but more like a set of potentials. We have the potential for great kindness and the potential for great selfishness. Which one gets nurtured and expressed depends heavily on our upbringing, our culture, and our life circumstances. If you grow up in an environment of scarcity, fear, and competition, your selfish, self-protective instincts are going to be on high alert. Your brain learns that the world is a dangerous place and you need to look out for yourself first. On the other hand, If you grow up in a secure, supportive environment where cooperation and trust are valued, your altruistic and empathetic tendencies are more likely to flourish. This is why things like poverty, inequality, and trauma can have such a devastating impact on communities. They create conditions that can suppress our better nature and amplify our worst instincts. Another crucial factor is our incredible ability to form groups. This is both a blessing and a curse. Our loyalty to our in-group, our family, our friends, our team, our nation can inspire incredible acts of sacrifice and cooperation. We'll do almost anything for the people we consider us. But the flip side is that this same powerful instinct can lead to prejudice, conflict, and cruelty towards the outgroup, those we perceive as them. The same brain mechanisms that create love and loyalty for our own group can be harnessed to create suspicion and hostility towards others. A lot of the worst atrocities in human history haven't been committed by lone psychopaths, but by ordinary people who were convinced they were doing the right thing for their group. This shows how our social nature is a double-edged sword. It's the source of our greatest virtues and our most terrible flaws. So, where does this leave us? Are we good or bad? The most honest answer is that we're both, and neither. Human nature isn't a simple switch that's flipped to good or evil. It's more like a complex dashboard with many different dials and levers. We are born with a strong predisposition for empathy and cooperation, a helper instinct, as seen in those baby studies. But we also have powerful survival instincts that can turn selfish and aggressive under threat. We are deeply social creatures, capable of immense love and loyalty, but also tribalism and conflict. We are not angels or demons. We are simply human, a messy, beautiful, and often contradictory mix of competing impulses. The real question isn't what we are, but what we choose to be. The beauty of understanding this complexity is that it gives us agency. It means we're not doomed by our selfish genes or destined to be saints. We have the capacity for both, and our choices matter. Every day, we make small decisions that push the needle one way or the other. Choosing to listen with empathy, choosing to cooperate instead of compete, choosing to challenge our own biases against an outgroup. These are not just nice things to do. They are conscious acts of nurturing the best parts of our nature. Society plays a huge role in this. By creating systems to promote security, fairness, and connection, we can create environments where our prosocial instincts can thrive. Education, reducing inequality, and fostering dialogue between different groups are all powerful tools to tip the scales toward our better angels. The debate about human nature isn't just an academic exercise. It shapes how we design our schools, our legal systems, and our governance. If you believe people are fundamentally selfish, you'll design a society based on control, punishment, and surveillance. If you believe people are fundamentally good, you'll design a society based on trust, freedom, and support. The evidence suggests the most effective approach is a balanced one that acknowledges our potential for selfishness and has safeguards in place, but that is primarily built on trusting and nurturing our powerful innate capacity for goodness, cooperation, and empathy. Ultimately, the story of human nature is not a fixed script that we're forced to follow. It's a story that we are all writing together, every single day, with our actions and our choices. The potential for a better world lies within that very complexity. So the next time you see an act of kindness or a moment of selfishness, don't see it as proof that humanity is one way or the other. See it as a glimpse into the incredible, dynamic, and powerful spectrum of what it means to be human. We are all a work in progress, a mix of light and shadow. And knowing that is the first step toward consciously choosing to cultivate more of the light, both in ourselves and in the world around us. Thanks so much for watching and thinking about these big questions with me. If this sparks some ideas for you, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on human nature. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into what makes us who we are. See you next time.